After an uptick in cases, UTC health officials conduct surveillance testing on people who live on campus. You will hear from a member of the Mocs News team who is now in quarantine. And our campus COVID dashboard has changed. We will explain how. I'm Shirley's Lundy, and your news starts now. Due to the amount of positive COVID-19 tests among residential students, UTC conducted a test on-campus students called the surveillance test. The surveillance test is in place to determine where the spread of the virus is coming from and how they can try to stop it. The students who have been asked to participate will remain in quarantine until their test results are reviewed by the UTC COVID-19 campus support team. Here is some helpful information. Students living on campus that have housing-related questions may contact Housing and Residence Life by phone at 423-425-4303 or by email at housing@utc.edu. For testing and health-related questions, contact University Health Services at 423-425-2266. For additional help and questions about the surveillance testing, students may contact the Office of Student Outreach and Support by phone at 423-425-2299 or by email at sos@utc.edu. We are missing a member of our Mocs News team. That's because our Mocs News director, Mark Drinkert, has been in isolation after exposure to someone diagnosed with COVID-19. I spoke earlier with him via Zoom.
So here we have Mark Drinkert. He is the director of Mocs News, and he is currently quarantined. Hello, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
So where are you quarantined on campus?
So contact tracing, they moved me to Stagmire Hall, right next to Lockmiller. I'm in room 307. I'm in room 307 currently, and I've been here since about last Thursday.
How did you end up in quarantine?
So week before last, one of my coworkers, they had COVID, but they didn't know it at the time. And the place where I work, we had a staff meeting, and a lot of people were there, and we even played this game that involved a lot of like passing around and touching things. And from that contact tracing part of that, and eventually like the coworker got a test a few days after that, and they went back, came to all of us and said that we all had to quarantine, and that was just part of that batch. You know, I just ended up to be in the wrong place at the right time, or wrong place, right time, wrong place, wrong time, you know.
How has your experience been since you've been there?
My experience has been a mixed bag, you know, like when I first got here, it was, I guess I was more like content. I was just like, okay, let's just get this over with. But seeing some of the things that they don't give us, or some of the things that we don't have access to, it's kind of not great. I know for the first few days I couldn't really shower as much because we didn't have any hot water. And to get hot water, you had to let the shower run for like 30 minutes, you know, before it would even get kind of lukewarm. So that was a big problem to begin with. Food was an issue, kind of still is for a lot of people. I knew about the meal delivery plans before coming in, but I thought that it was all on behalf of the university. But when we got the notice to quarantine, they sent us some information about that. And it turned out that for every day you get meals delivered, you get 3 meals that are approximated about like $8 to $9 per meal. And they come out of your meal plan for the year. So if someone was quarantining here for like 10 days, that would be about $300 taken out of their meal plan. And for a lot of people, that's just not feasible. And for me, it was definitely not feasible because I only have like 400 right now. So yeah, I opted out of that and had to find my own food. So just like some things they give us access to, it kind of seems like there was a lot of like, not misinformation, but just no information at first about the process of it. And that would have been nice to have, just more clarity and just honesty on their part about what we're coming into, like why we won't have access to hot water, or why we need to pay $30 a day for meals, or what type of stuff we need to be bringing, what type of stuff they will provide for us, and what they won't. You know, it would be nice to know that beforehand and be a bit more prepared for the time I'm in here.
Now let's look at the COVID-19 dashboard. The number of active cases is now up to 72. Since the reporting began in June, UTC has had 424 COVID cases closed. You see a change now that includes people quarantined and those people who are no longer quarantined. The mayor of Hamilton County, Tennessee, has extended the mask wearing mandate. Mayor Jim Coppinger announced the mandate will last until at least November 22nd.
We've watched the numbers go down, and now we've seen the curve flatten. It's really important to us to get to the next level, and we saw the need to do that in order to get there. What we do by wearing the mask, it affords us the opportunity to do more in the community, to open up the economy, to be able to attend more events, but again, it's so important to have that protection.
The mandate originally started in July 10th. It was originally set to expire this week. Campus police searched for someone who illegally took their transcript. Staff with the records office say the individual had a monetary hold placed on their account. That means someone can view a copy, but they cannot leave with it. The staff members say the individual took the copies and left the University Center through Terrell Owens Way. To see this week's campus crime report, go to mocsnews.com. You may have gotten a student survey in your email. That survey came in a message from UTC Chancellor Steve Engel. The survey will measure UT System's efforts against the challenges of COVID-19. If you missed the survey, you can find the link on our website at mocsnews.com. Well, that's this edition for Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our YouTube channel. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Have a good weekend.